My name is Ryan Reger. I was in politics in Indiana, born and raised in Indiana, and moved to Texas in 2008 after working for an unsuccessful political campaign in 2008. We lost that race, so I moved to Texas, and I knew two things were going to happen. That I was moving here and that I was getting married. That's all. I had no idea how I was going to provide for me and my about to be wife, but I've always been an entrepreneur at heart. I listened to Jim Cockrum's or listened to all his content, read his book, Silent Sales Machine, and really knew at some point I wanted to have my own business, but I had no idea what that was. Then moving here, I saw that my wife and mother-in-law had a furniture business. They were selling furniture on Craigslist, very part-time. And I thought, this is it. This is my ticket to becoming an entrepreneur. I don't have a job anyway. And my wife says, no, go get a job. Didn't want me to jump in the furniture business because I guess she didn't think it was going to be successful because they were just doing it part-time. But I saw the potential. And so I agreed to spend part of my time searching for a job and part of my time posting ads on Craigslist secretly. Spent way more time on the business because that really what excited me. And in 2009, we sold $250,000 worth of furniture on Craigslist just in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So that really gave us some confidence. Yes, this can work. This is what we're going to do. So we did that for a few years. We had a store for a year. Didn't enjoy that at all because it meant we had to be at the store even when it wasn't busy, and we couldn't work from home in our pajamas anymore. But and the reason we had to have the store is because when we got a letter in the mail from our city saying we could no longer run a furniture business out of our house. One of our neighbors complained because we had people coming to pick up furniture at our home. So that was immediately a blow, but the Lord provided, helped us find some really inexpensive retail space at about 2,500 square feet. So it was a small little store. It was mainly a hub for our online business. But what that opened up was the opportunity for us to ship nationwide, because now we could have commercial trucks, like, big semis come to that store, back up, and we could load it with the furniture and we could ship all over the place, which really helped our business. And then we found a warehouse. And then, but soon after that, in 2012, we woke up one day and saw that a lot of our ads were deleted on Craigslist. And that was a kind of a panic moment. Like, what are we going to do? Our business is going to just die right here. But again, the Lord had a plan. And in the summer of 2012, my friend Jim Cockrum had an auction on eBay for his book, 101 Free Marketing. So it was essentially a fundraiser for Hope Village in Detroit, an organization that he really cares about. And so I woke up the morning of the auction, and I just knew in my heart that I needed to win that. And so I went to my wife and I said, we have to win this auction, because it wasn't because of the book. It was because there was a 30-minute phone call with Jim as a part of it. And so she said, how much do you think we need to bid? I said, I think we need to bid $1,500, which, to, Stephen and I now, that's not, it's a decent amount of money, but then it was a whole lot of money. That was a big deal. And so we stepped out in faith. I bid and we won. And so instead of a 30-minute phone call, I messaged Jim after winning and said, hey, my parents live pretty close to you. Can Melane and I fly up to Indiana, take you out to lunch? He agreed to do that. He agreed and spent 2 hours with us, Stephen, at lunch. And he told us about Amazon FBA, fulfillment by Amazon. And so what that allowed us to do was to slowly decrease the amount of furniture we were selling and shipping all over the place and focus more on the small items, which was way easier because we could just pack it all up, put it in a box, send it to Amazon, and then they could sell it for us. And then when a sale was made,
I ask you a question.
Yeah, go for it.
I want to come back to that story, but I think I identified something. When you were doing the furniture business, did you have someone else or a mentor or relationship with somebody else that was doing it to be able to ask those questions too?
We did not have a mentor in the furniture business, no.
So it was just you having an idea, trying it out, having a little bit of success, then having that pain point with the people shutting you down, you can't sell it out of your house, and then having to move and adjust. Then you found Jim and had somebody that you could relate to while you were going through this I would say like second half of this entrepreneur journey,
Right.
or next chapter. I'll say it like that because I don't want to section it out like that. But from that point, did you identify like, oh, this is more enjoyable, easier, harder, less enjoyable to have somebody that's ahead of you, or at least somebody that you can
Oh
look up
yeah.
to or
Well, I'd
ask
always
questions
like
to?
followed him like for business ideas, for specific furniture stuff. We didn't have anybody we were following or looking at. So yeah, but yes, absolutely. Community is key. Having a mentor, either having a coach or a mentor or a community or all of the above is super important in business success for sure. After meeting him, that started a friendship, a relationship, a mentorship that has been worth hundreds of thousands of dollars because of the partnerships I've been able to do with him, ideas that I've had, ideas he's had, where we've worked together on books I've created, courses I've created, mentorship programs, the Q4 group, for example, that we do every year, just all that stuff. That has happened because of that relationship that started then. And so, I wrote a book called Real Wholesale Sources. Soon after meeting him, he promoted it. That got me into the information world, and I saw the power of, I wrote a piece of content that people wanted, and I got paid for it. That blew my mind and excited me all at the same time. And so I've written several books now. Jim's promoted all of them, and I've had other people promote them too. But he's by far has the biggest email list of the people that I associate with. And then I had started the Legends group in 2016, and that's really my heart. I love membership communities. I love that just instead of creating a course one time and like, here it is, guys, have at it. You don't really know those people that read your book or go through your course, but having that community. And so real quick, what a membership community typically is, I learned this from my friend Shane Sams. Three things: there's content, it's community, and it's coaching. So the content is essentially an online course, or maybe it's a library of courses. In our case, in the Legends group, it's like a library of courses on how to sell on Amazon and other places. And now we're adding all kinds of other stuff into it too. Then there's the community. And then the last in the community could be a Facebook group. It could be a Mighty Networks forum. It could be on Circle. There's other, Kajabi even now has a forum. It's just a place where people can go in, ask questions, and get questions answers, and just hang out. And then the third is the coaching, and that's going live in the group 2 to 3 times a month with Q&As, or it could be bringing on an expert. And that by far is the most fulfilling part of my business, having that community. We call it a family, and I really think that anybody could have a membership community. Plus, it provides that that monthly recurring revenue. We call it MRR. And it's what every business needs. So that's pretty much my story. Been doing the Legends community. I built some other communities, and then now this new venture with you, Stephen, of helping people be unfrazzled and see how they can take their business to another level and provide virtual assistants, which is a whole other topic we could talk about. My heart for that and creating those win-wins. So it's my story.